In my case, when I don't often feel blocked, but when I do, I change my process. So let's say I was normally painting, I switched to drawing. Let's say I was normally drawing and I'm blocked, I switched to printmaking. If this happened in Italy, actually, I was blocked because I had to do this specific process that the teacher wanted. And so I just stopped doing what the teacher wanted to do because I was like, I'm not here for you. This work I have to take home and I want to like it more than I want a good grade.
I'm around so many other creatives, and it makes sense to explore those conversations with the people that I already know. I feel like I've been focusing on other people like that I'm meeting in the art world and things, and I'm like, but you have friends and that already do this all the time. So if you guys don't mind sharing what your creative process looks like when you're not creating, because I'm learning as I'm dealing with this now, it's such an important part of the process. Like, all of this is a part of the process. And so since we're here, whoever wants to take the mic first.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, or we can volunteer someone.
You do it. For me, it's always grounding again with nature. This is a big part of it, like feeling the warmth of the sun, grounding ourselves to the earth and feeling just like everything encapsulated like to your spirit. I'm very big on feeling like, cardinal directions, north, south, east, west is more what does it for me, is understanding the balance between like emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. And hiking and getting out here, interacting with little spiders, just knowing that we're all part of like something in our process, and how we go through it in between is a big part of it, because that downtime sometimes is reflective and can bring different types of inspiration.
I'll piggyback off of that, because I feel like a lot of times where I have that kind of block or anything is because there's a lot of just noise. We unfortunately live in a very busy city. It's beautiful to meet other artists and display your work and stuff, but it can get very loud, very overwhelming very quickly. So having anything that you can do to kind of disconnect from that and get back to a peaceful state. For me, I love coming out here, just in nature, going out in trees. If I can't get myself to be removed this far away from the city, I'll jump into music. There's music, I listen to classical music and stuff. A lot of movie scores, actually, for me personally. I kind of just listen to that, and I get into that realm and just kind of picture the space, try to make a music video in my head of what kind of scene would I have for this kind of music. And that is already getting me in that creative flow, and that way I could just jump back into whatever I want to tackle on next, whatever craftiness, or if I start trying to think of a new type of exposure, because I like to do photography, landscape photography more. But that's generally what gets me. I just calm down the noise that we're always surrounded by.
To follow up with about the noise, I feel like a lot of things that I've been seeing and a lot of things that I've been hearing, we hear a lot more of ourselves when we're in solitude and listening and just being versus like always doing. And I think it's so powerful, especially coming from, New York City, and like now we're in a quiet space where we can actually breathe and like think a little bit, but it's just so hectic in the city, and that's where we mostly do all of our work and our social gatherings, and it's just always, even at home, you got the sirens and like people's music, and it's just always something.
The
sun is...
Yes.
Hi. I don't often feel blocked, but when I do, I change my process. So let's say I was normally painting, I switched to drawing. Let's say I was normally drawing and I'm blocked, I switched to printmaking. If this happened in Italy, actually, I was blocked because I had to do this specific process that the teacher wanted. And so I just stopped doing what the teacher wanted to do, because I was like, I'm not here for you. This work I have to take home and I want to like it more than I want a good grade. So I started mixing my own pigments. I started, using the paper that I liked, and that helped me get over the block. But the biggest creative wall I ever hit was when I came back from studying abroad, and I had just absorbed too much content. And my body and my brain was still trying to process everything, kind of like in the way how you guys were saying, but like from a academic art perspective, and I just looked at everything I ever made and with this like super critical lens, and I had a hard time being in love with it again. And then I learned a different way to fall in love with my own work, the stories that it tells, and thinking about coming back to the idea that art is not just about what it looks like to other people, but what you were going through at the time that you made it, what you learned at that time. Just like a tattoo that you got that maybe you're not into anymore, you're like, but when I was 17, this shit slapped.
Jasmine, that was beautiful. Changing the process makes so much sense. It's like, why would I keep doing this thing if I know that it's not working right now? Let me do something else. Having different mediums, I feel like sometimes I get overwhelmed with that. Like, I'm supposed to be doing this one thing and be really good at this thing, but then you bring up the fact that changing the process is what helps you, you know, being able to do all these different things. And I think that that's so informative.
Never feel like you have to stay in your lane. Never. Swerve around that.
Whatever lane I'm in is mine.
Period. That's right. All different.
I've never have creative block. There's always things to do. I'm always inspired. I'm in the city most of the days. Even here, right here, this is a scene. It's like something I could paint. So that is like, for me to have creative block is a lack of discipline for me. Because it's like, even if you don't feel like creating, you should create something. But if you don't, because you're waiting for ideas to come, when ideas gonna come in a process of creating nothing. So if you're in the process of creating something, that's when ideas come. But if you're not creating anything, you're waiting, you're gonna wait for a very long time. So and then I think like because of that, people have a different idea of what art is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be perfect. You're waiting for perfect ideas. Well, you're not even creating anything in the process. I could give you an example of a dog waiting for the owner to come. But the dog is when the dog wants the food, the dog is gonna look at you, or at least be ready for the food. You know what I mean? So you have to put yourself in a position to receive the ideas by creating something. It doesn't have to be perfect. It could be just a simple line, just a paint, and then that inspire other things.
Okay, so what makes you not a creative?
That's a very deep question. I'm gonna get surprised by all of the questions each of you asked me. I already know it, but okay.
So they're my friends.
No. I like it. It's
surprised the last time.
yeah. Just like I like the deepness of real questions instead of being asked. It's like, well, what's the weather like to you? I'm like,
What's your favorite color?
yeah, it's like something like that. Okay, I guess what doesn't make me a creative is that I don't have, or I'm not in the space to actually like make something. So like in the sense that each of you have separate mediums, from painting to sculpting to photography, I don't have a medium like that. What helps me move forward, let's say that, like what helps me move forward, what helps me feel like I'm doing something is when I get to reset, and resetting looks a lot like what we're doing now, and that means it's time away. So being able to sit in what is real instead of what life forces you to see is real, like paying bills to needing to work. It's like none of that is important to me. It's so fickle. It's such a microcosm of what life can be. So I think that when I'm actually getting to do the things that like bring me the utmost joy is stuff like this. Being in the mountains, hiking, going to the beach, like anything like that seems more important. Seems like it's something that could be everything and so something so small all at the same time. It's work, it's beauty, it's a kind of like experience that sets everything else apart from what you have to do, because life tells you have to do it. I think that's what makes me a not creative, I guess.
So another question is, you make time. So most of us work is in a physical way, but yours is more in a mental way. But you still creating time. Be like, okay, at this time I'm gonna be here in this location, creating this space for myself. That is art. It's just not physical. You know what I mean? It's just not something other people can see, but it's something for you to enjoy life. That's what we do with our work. It's a way to enjoy life.
He's saying you're
know what I mean?
curating your time
Right.
into your routine.
I'm thinking about that, and I feel like what I perceived is that you're more into. I'll talk louder. More into experiencing creation than creating something yourself,
Right.
which is also dope. Hence your nature ventures and things like that. Whereas like we're into a little bit like more both, but more so like actually creating than experiencing the creation itself.
I've never looked at it like that, but that's interesting.
And we need both. One's to see the work and one to to create the work, and then together that's life continuing. It's we all in this journey. You know what I mean? It's like you play your part and I play my part, and then together we can create something so others can also enjoy living life.
We need all the pieces to finish the puzzle.
That's right.
Okay? Literally everyone here is a piece of the puzzle that is going to produce the art, produce the memories, produce the future, produce everything that we want to see. Thank you all so much. This is so nice. Thank you.
We're still gonna talk.
Yeah.